So looking at the mark scheme for your specification, the statement says a design specification in both qualitative and quantitative terms. Qualitative referring to the quality of the product. Quantitative, something where there is a numerical value to go with it. There should typically be at least 3 of each, and including 2 or more detailed, realistic, measurable parameters. So basically, you've got to have your numbers in there. But when I've been working through and produced what your task needs to include, I've added a few little more things. So it's a list of requirements that your design must satisfy. List should be based on the project analysis, product analysis, and component research. Each specification point should be, my product will do this, whatever this is. You should have a minimum of 6 points. I personally think you cannot easily access the top box if you only have 6 points. You can in the specification, but the specification is the foundation for the rest of your design work. And you have to have at least 1 specification point for every system block that you design later on. So 6 just doesn't seem to be enough to me. I guess it's possible if you're very, very efficient with your choice of the 6 points. You also need to check at least 3 have got a numerical requirement with tolerances. So numerical requirements aren't difficult because it's like voltages, decibels, lumens, hertz, etc. And 3 qualities. That's like life expectancy, how easy it is to use, comments about the functionality of the product. Okay, so let's have a look. Here's my new page. I've put specification at the top because I've got to make sure I'm labeling things clearly. This is actually from the exemplar, and the red text is here is where the exam board have commented on how good the specification is or isn't, ignoring any grammatical errors. So they've said several measurable parameters were included. There was a lack of detail. Several of the parameters were not based on any analysis of research, and in addition, tolerances could have been included. Okay, so we've got the point. Buzzer should be heard from 5 meters away in case I walk along the riverbank or sitting away from the bank. Light should be a very bright LED that can be seen 2 meters away in sunlight. Both outputs should pulse on and off at a frequency of 1 hertz. Frequency should be adjustable. It's a bit of a contradiction because he said 1 hertz, then he says adjustable. Well, why has he specified 1 hertz if he's then going to say it should be adjustable? It's contradicted himself. Assuming it's a he, could be a she. System should be activated when the rod moves by 10 degrees, etc. So he's got a reasonable spec, but it's a bit weak and washy. Personally, I like to set specifications out as a specification point here with my justification here. So I took his first one and I split it into the point and the justification. And he had, my buzzer must be heard from 5 meters away. Reason, in case I walk along the riverbank or sit away from the bank. It's okay. Personally, not keen on it. I would take it a stage further because I want to have some nice numerical values I can do comparisons to. And I researched buzzers and I found a buzzer that was 85 decibels. So my buzzer needs to be at least 85 decibels plus or minus 10 decibels. Actually, even that is a contradiction because I've said at least. Let's have approximately. Yeah, that'll work better. Ooh, hyphenation, constant hyphenation. Design, layout. Turn that off. There we go. That's better. Must be approximately 85 decibels plus or minus 10 decibels. So that makes it between 75 and 95. So I've got my tolerance. I've got my numerical value. This is a quantitative specification point. My reasoning. In case I walk along the riverbank or sit away from the bank, okay. But that doesn't refer to my research. This does. My research has shown that this is about the volume of an alarm clock, so that should be appropriate for this situation. So I've referred back to the research to justify my specification point. So personally, I think this one is going to do a lot better than this first one. He's then got another one. Should be visible from 2 meters away. Now I've then added plus or minus 500 millimeters. I've put in a tolerance. And then I've given a justification. The LED is not very big and it needs to be bright enough to catch my attention. Couldn't do better than that. So here's my improved version. The LED should be at least 50 millicandela. Okay, so I've got a numerical value, quantitative. When researching LEDs, I found this was one of the higher MCD values for a red LED, so this should be bright enough. So I've referred back to my research. We then moved on to both outputs should pulse on and off at an average frequency of 1 Hertz. Lovely. Why? Have we got anything in the research that nominates 1 Hertz as a speed? Because in reality, the justification, I've just put this will make the outputs more noticeable when the alarm is triggered, which is true, but I haven't actually said, and this comes back to my project analysis or my product analysis or my research into different components. So there should be something realistic based on one of those 3 elements that this specification is referred back to for the justification. The alarm should be easy to reset. Right, this is a qualitative specification point. It has no option on a numerical value. Unless you really want to be sad and say, have to be able to reset it within 3 seconds, but we need 3 qualitative ones. Needs to be easy to reset the alarm in the dark. Once again, what you're going to base it on, there's nothing in my product analysis talking about the reset switch. Have I got anything in here? I haven't actually. Oh yes, I have. How to reset the unit after the alarm has sounded. So I can go back down to here and I can say this was a requirement of the project analysis, and it needs to be easy to reset the alarm in the dark. There we go. Fix that one. That's good. So this is basically what you're trying to do with your specifications. So basic requirement, you have 3 quantitative, 3 qualitative. Some of the points should include tolerances. Quantitative are easy. I can give many examples of the qualitative. I can't give many examples of the qualitative, as these are much more limited with an electronics product. Problem is, I could give you 3 or 4, and you could all apply all 3 or 4 to your circuits. But by giving you 3 or 4, you'd then have 3 or 4 that you could not use, and that would make it difficult to find them. So I've given you the 1. It's up to you to work out the rest. Points must be based on the research and analysis work you've already done, and the justification should reflect this. I would recommend about 9 points. It should mean you've got at least 1 with each block within your system block diagram. Good luck.